Before I get started, I want to acknowledge Greg Parlier over here, who has given me this opportunity. It's an honor, of course, but it's more than an honor. It's a pleasure to be introduced to this conference, which I've never attended before. And of course, a trip to Italy is never a bad thing, right? And Greg did a really nice job as a track chair down at the ICORES conference, which was in Chile not this year, last July, and that's how we met. And I hope to get to meet many of you personally pretty soon because conference just started, but I will be here for the whole conference. So this work is done with my colleague Daniel Silva. He's the one with the tie up there. And this particular work is done by two students, one a current student and one a previous student. The first set of work I'm going to show you, and you'll see that it's quite mature, it's been published and is being published, is with Juan Carlos Pina Pardo, and he is now at MIT in logistics, but when I worked with him originally as a student at Católica University in Valparaiso, Chile, that I also have an adjunct professorship appointment with him. And so I met him in Chile and ended up co-advising him. The other student is Julio Jimenez, also from the same university as an undergrad student who I also met originally in Chile, but now he's a doctoral student at Auburn University with us, and he's over there at the bottom right. I also have to acknowledge our sponsors. So the first set of work was partly sponsored by Toyota, and particularly through its North America material handling program. And the second piece of work, surprisingly enough, and it's doesn't seem very congruent with Department of Defense, but apparently they're in everything. So it's actually sponsored by, I believe, Army, or at least pretty sure it's Army Logistics, Department of Defense. Again, in part. And that work, by the way, as you'll see, it's going right now. So it's not very mature. In fact, you're going to be like one of the first sets to look at it. And I was literally just changing the slides, getting more results a couple days ago. So let me go ahead and go on the brief introductory slide just to amplify